Kash Patel was instrumental in clearing Trump could use this mandate against political opponents. One moment that really became viral or became popular was when things that have been promoted in Indian media, and it's a very Indian thing and celebrated by a lot of Indians. Barack Obama, when he was the president of the United States, there was Hi, everybody. Welcome to the South of Cosmos. Kash Patel, the name that's running around in Indian media for the past few days. And I'm sure that many of us are following the news. As all of us know, Kash Patel is Trump's pick for the position of director of FBI. I've been watching a lot of Senate hearings, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and with a little more interest, Kash Patel's Senate hearing. I have been following the story for quite some time, and I did understand a few of the nuances of these arguments that were thrown, but again, almost all of these have a very long history. So my opinion might not be the most valid or authentic opinion out there, but let me tell you whatever I saw. As many of us know, Kash Patel was instrumental in clearing Trump of charges regarding the Russian hoax, as they call it, Russia Gate, where Trump was accused of colluding with Russia, and Trump was called a Russian asset. So Kash Patel was instrumental in clearing Trump off these charges, and that's how we came into the spotlight. In the interviews and discussions preceding the elections and preceding the Senate hearing, Kash Patel had voiced some of his opinions, which were later brought into question in the Senate hearings. But from the comments and from the discussions around it, I understand that this was probably one of the most intense Senate hearings in the U.S. There is obviously a fear on the other side, the Democrat side, that Trump could use this mandate against political opponents. And this was something that was a recurring theme in the different discussions in the Senate. Yeah, I was listening to the Senate hearings and watching the Senate hearings, and some of the notable moments in the Senate hearing was when Senator John Kennedy, one of the most senior-most and respected Senate members, he took his time to detail Kash Patel's experience and skills. He pointed out some of the cases that he's worked on and examples or incidents which showcased his allegiance to the Constitution and to law. And that was a fine moment, very positive and fine moment in the hearing. There were questions regarding Kash Patel's skill, his attitude, his character in terms of being neutral versus being partisan, and that was again brought into question. One moment that really became viral or became popular was when Senator Marsha Blackburn, in her turn, she asked the Senate as to why the Democrats are so afraid of Kash Patel. A lot of questions were centered around that. Reading the comments and listening to certain discussions, I could understand that one of the common themes of the arguments, the discussions, the negative arguments against Kash Patel's nomination was if he would use FBI against political opponents. And the reason, according to what I understood from the comments, is that, simply put, the Democrats are probably afraid that Trump would do to them what they did to Trump and his people using the same intelligence agency or agencies. So this was a fear that was voiced probably through their arguments against Kash. Trump had promised that he would end all weaponization and politicization of intelligence agencies, law enforcement, and the judicial system. So this was one of his election promises, and Kash Patel pledged allegiance to that motto or slogan. So this is probably something that the whole country or the United States is looking forward to, because it seems that FBI and the intelligence agencies have their lowest ever confidence ranking among the population. But he's also been in law enforcement for a long time. He's been in service for over 16 years, and he served under both Democrat and Republican governments. And from his own words, he's been true to the Constitution and to the law all throughout his tenure. Because of which, from what he claims, he has the backing of 300,000 law enforcement officers, officials. That's a very strong backing. One thing that is one common, thing that is running around in Indian minds, maybe, I'm guessing, is the kind of Indianness that is projected of Kash Patel. Now, Kash Patel touches his parents' feet. Kash Patel thanks the Lord, Krishna, as and when he entered the discussion of the debates. So these are things that have been promoted in Indian media, and it's a very Indian thing and celebrated by a lot of Indians. People have a right to celebrate stuff like that, nothing wrong in it. But maybe there is a hint of hope or doubt as to whether an Indian American being the FBI director will mean good for India. Will that mean good for India? Will that? What do you think? Well, the simplest answer is constitutionally no. Kash Patel or Vivek Ramaswamy, Indian origin, parents, they have a history of Indianness in their life, but they were American citizens first and American citizens last. And they owe allegiance to the U.S. Constitution and to the American law first and last. It's like, see, Rishi Sunak, when he was the Prime Minister of the UK, there is no reason to expect him to be favorable to India. Barack Obama, when he was the President of the United States, there was no reason for Kenyans to expect him to be favorable to Kenya. So constitutionally, there is simply no reason to expect any of them to show any kind of favor to India or their country of origin or any other favor to any country other than their homeland, other than the United States of America. So that is an unfair hope. So we better not, proceed on those lines. But there could be expediencies that or emergencies or political situations which might warrant it. And when such things happen, they might play a lead role, be the key person in the whole discussion. But Kash Patel holding an office as the FBI director, does it do good to Indians? Yes. In what way? Well, as all of us know, Indians are holding positions of power across the world right now. They are heading big corporations. They are in big international organizations like the World Bank, etc., etc. So Indians are featured as prominent personalities all across the globe. This kind of adds to the image of Indians as hardworking people and people who can who succeed in positions which require tough decision making or complicated decision making. And that's a good thing. And that will add to a positive stereotype regarding Indians. And that's something good for India. Now, what is the other good thing that could happen? That is a kind of inspiration, kind of motivation that adds or just flows into the Indian mind. I mean, the topmost position in the topmost intelligence agency, in the topmost superpower of the world means a lot. It will add to our confidence. It will add to our motivation levels. It will be a great story for any Indian boy or girl growing up. So, sitting here in a small southern town, wishing Kash Patel well and wishing him all success if he lands a position, and along with the rest of Indians, with a little more pride in our hearts, it's bye for now. Meet you in the next video. Bye.